All of them, in fact, according to the NDRF, have been pulled out. In fact, the ones who were pulled out alive, that rescue happened, according to the NDRF, in the first few hours since the collapse itself. Then overnight, the entire operation, the focus was on looking for some possible sign of life. Unfortunately, that did not happen. But yes, there were bodies that were taken out. The last ones, the final two being taken out today early in the morning at around 6. That's what we had seen, which were in the last block which was present. But, you know, on Times Now, we've been giving you a 360-degree view of how things were and how they stand today and what really is the extent of the damage. Now, this is the side which we haven't seen, which we hadn't seen all of this while. The side that we'd been seeing so far was the one that had been cleared. Let me just tell my video journalist to focus on the center here. This entire section you see has been completely barricaded, kept off limits by the army now. They formed this human chain. Even the volunteers, some social service organizations, NGOs who had come in, even politicians, all of them have been kept outside of this particular enclosure. The barricades here have been put up and the final cleaning up work is being undertaken. So that's as far as this intersection is concerned. Now let me show you the other side, which is not going to be easy at all. This is going to be really the tough cookie. This side you see, these two huge slabs of concrete still at an incline. Right, in fact, what we were trying to show you earlier is the part which still hasn't been cleared at all. And just see, there are these chunks of metal just jutting out into the sky. There's this pipe, there are iron bars, and this has remained untouched. And there is a reason for that, because you've got a truck and a cement mixer which is stuck under these two columns of concrete that you see. Well, an attempt was made yesterday to try and move both of these vehicles. The rescuers found that the entire weight of the bridge shifted. Now that could prove to be very tricky because a further collapse simply cannot be risked at this point. And also, if that happens, remember there are these adjoining houses which could also feel the aftershocks of such a weight of this concrete block shifting. So what the rescuers now are going to do, clear up this entire area. You've got the crane and these trucks at the spot. The last few hours really of the operation, where a mop up, as it were, is going to take place. Meanwhile, there are several vehicles that have been taken out. There were no occupants that were found in them. Occupants hopefully either rescued alive yesterday or unfortunately their bodies taken out overnight. All of that has happened overnight. Now it's just the mop up which is taking place, and of course, predictably, the political visits have already started. We saw Sudip Bandyopadhyay earlier. He visited the spot. In fact, while speaking 2 times now, he also said that it's not the MP who can be held responsible for the construction of a flyover or to monitor the construction of a flyover or to see whether any progress had been made or not. So the kind of blame being put on the TMC is unfair. That's what he had to say. We'd also like to tell you that this particular area, incidentally, the MLA also belongs to the Trinamool Congress. The neighbouring constituency MLA is also of the Trinamool Congress. And in fact, a few politicians, a few councillors we've seen coming yesterday. A few of them also stayed overnight. They tried and coordinate the rescue operations, at least keep stock of what is happening as far as the rescue operations are concerned. So all of that has been happening. It's a TMC ruled area. So some serious questions being asked of the Trinamool Congress as well. That's another piece of metal which is being taken away. Also getting us the very latest is my colleague Tamal Saha. He filed this report just a few minutes ago.
The operation is still ongoing to clear this road, making further accessible for further vehicles to come in and clear the rubble. So far, several earth-moving machines have been pressed into action. They're lifting the rubble from the ground and dumping it onto trucks. Those trucks are now ferrying the rubble from here to the other dumping grounds. But the question now remains, have the rubble been collected for sample testing? Because allegations are now coming in. The quality used while constructing this flyover could have been compromised. The implementing agency, which is Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority, have they really done their job while being vigilant to understand whether there were lapses in the part of the company constructing this flyover. We have to understand a portion had fallen down, taking along with it at least 24 lives, and it's still counting. Several people have been injured. So yes, it's but obvious to understand whether the quality used, the materials used in this construction work, whether they were of good quality or not. We are still hoping that they might have collected, but then there is no confirmation whether samples have been collected. They have been sent for test to understand whether they were of good quality or not. This entire bridge had fallen down like a pack of cards, and then it has taken along with it so many lives, at least 24 dead, 88 injured. So many people are so extremely critical. Investigation is on, and Kolkata police, they have lodged an FIR against the construction company, which is IVRCL. But the fact of the matter remains, if you have to begin with the investigation or an inquiry, you have to start it from the scratch, first and foremost to understand the material used, whether they were compromised or not. With camera person Sudarshan Parida from the accident site in Kolkata, this is Samal Shah for Times Now.
I'm a structural engineer. I have came here to see what is the reason behind the failure. The failure reason, out of my view, is that it is failed because of the failure of the pier, which in general for this type of flyover it's a last resort of failure. Generally, pier is designed like that; it should not fail in any type of loading. And moreover, this loading is not yet come. Right now, at presently, the load has.
All right. In fact, until yesterday, there were a lot of volunteers who were at this spot. But right now, the army has decided that their help, as far as it was needed, is over. So you see those people in the yellow shirts. These are some self-help organizations, some volunteers, NGOs who had come forward. They've all been moved to the side, and primarily this entire area has more or less been sanitized. A few hours ago, we'd seen the police chief coming to the spot. We also had the traffic police coming to take stock of what more is required. So there could be the possibility of the traffic being resumed on this particular stretch. This entire cordon has been put in place by the army now. The rescuers, who in fact I would like to tell you were at work through the night. So the orange jackets you see there are the NDRF. Finally, after almost 24 hours, they are taking a break. Also next to the NDRF team, we can show you a few damaged parts of a vehicle that was taken out today morning. That white portion you see is just the remnant of what used to be a car.